This always happens, man. Hi, how you doing? Hi, guys. Welcome to Leave Reacts. Hope everyone's having a good day. I know I am. It's Frank Friday, baby. You already know. Let's go. We're going back to the Grand Wazoo, courtesy of our patron, Johnny F. Thank you for your support, Johnny. I appreciate you, my friend. 2 tracks from the Grand Wazoo. The first track on, I think, both sides, actually. For Calvin and his next 2 hitchhikers, which is the first track on side 1, and then Cleetus Awreetus-Awrightus, which is the first track on side 2. This came out in '72 as well. This was during his, I guess, recovery period after being assaulted in London, December of 1971. We've already done 2 tracks from it, including the title track, and we've also done Eat That Question, which was very interesting. So, sorry, the crowd outside the club was very loud. I had to tell them to pipe down. It's okay. So, like I said, we're going to be listening to those 2 tracks. Frank Friday. Simple as that. Let's go. If y'all aren't subscribed, help brother out. Click that icon right below my face. It really, really helps if you watch it all the way through. Leave a comment, and it's much appreciated. And I'll link the Frank playlist up there. All right. For Calvin and his next 2 hitchhikers, Frank Zappa, 3, 2, 1, go. First track on the album. Right into it.
Where did they go when they got off the car? Did they go get a sandwich and eat in the dark?
That's Ainsley Dunbar. All the non-Frank fans are like, what the fuck? So sinister. But still playful. I'm trying to think, what is sinister and playful at the same time? Shit. Womp. Trombone. It sounds like the life has been sucked out of it. Literally. Only Frank. I feel bad for Calvin and his hitchhikers. Something bad happened. This is nuts. What the fuck? It's pure bewilderment. Okay. Cleetus Awreetus-Awrightus. I think this is a different lineup. Yeah. Still Dunbar on drums though. George Duke on keyboards. This is a mad scientist, bro. He really is. Well, everyone's definitely gonna have a Freaky Friday now. Piano is gorgeous. Right in time for the holidays. Well, there you have it, folks. Now, you are just destined to have a freaky day today. If you started off your day with this video, oh man, that's one way to wake up. Well, thank you, Johnny. That was definitely an interesting and inspired pick right there. I see why they picked the second one as the single, I'm not gonna lie, because there's really... I bet the record label was probably like, what the fuck do I do with this? I mean, because this is above everybody but Frank's pay grade, basically, let's be honest. I enjoyed it. I definitely enjoyed it. It's not something that I would put on regularly to do X or Y. It's definitely a good listen, though. And that's the thing with Frank is half the stuff is like that, and then the other half is something that you just can't stop playing. I remember his Whipping Post cover. I played that shit like front to back over and over, man. And then if you go to like Inca Roads and like my favorite Zappa tracks, my top 10, I play them a lot. But then there's stuff that I listen to. It's good to listen to it in the moment. I enjoy it, but it's probably something I wouldn't revisit in the future. You know what I mean? This is like orchestral Zappa at his most. Well, I wouldn't even say his most. This is orchestral Zappa at one of his more interesting times in his life, I'm guessing, because obviously he's getting better after getting assaulted and stuff like that. So he was on the mend, but that gave him that time to basically make almost guitarless. You know, he kind of removes himself completely out of the equation. There are like some light guitar lines in there, obviously, and some other stuff, but throughout the album, this is mostly orchestral favorites, you know what I'm saying, literally. I love the piano and the second track especially. Like I said, I see why that's a single, because there was some semblance of a song structure in there, even though Frank isn't, you know, he doesn't give a fuck, you know what I'm saying, he does what he wants, but there was some kind of semblance of, you know, normalcy in there. The first one, no, that was just bananas, bro. The way that I love, like, the one thing I love about his music with the orchestral stuff is how it breathes, and it kind of gives itself time to do what it wants to do, but it also is going at such a pace that your brain really can't even keep up with what's going on if you're trying, like me, to like at least analyze it in some manner, you know what I'm saying? Like, there's just so much happening. It changes so quickly. It doesn't stick with one thing or the other for more than, like, you know, 10 or 15 seconds, and then it'll come back to it though, like, you know, 30 seconds, 40 seconds later. But he just, like I said, he was just a mad scientist with this, and I love it, you know what I'm saying? That's the one thing I will appreciate about it is, who else does this? You know what I'm saying? There's no one else with the balls or the capability or the creativity to do anything close to what Zappa does. I mean, at least in his department. I'm saying there's definitely other artists that do great things. I'm not saying that at all, but for what he does, there's nobody like him. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's one of those, if you have the itch, you got the itch. If you don't, you don't. It's just you probably never will, or you got to keep listening. Fortunately for me, y'all threw me into the deep end pretty quickly with like Billy the Mountain and stuff like that when I first started doing these videos. So like, you know what I mean? Like I learned to swim pretty quickly, but I still find myself in these like really uncharted waters sometimes with him. And I just, you know, keep on swimming, like they say in Finding Nemo. You know what I'm saying? There's like sharks and shit everywhere, you know, the Grand Wazoo, but it is what it is. I'm glad to have wonderful people like yourself here to help guide me along the river Styx. Okay, so the first one was for Calvin and his next two hitchhikers. That was Brian Byers on trombone, Joanna Caldwell and Earl Dumler on woodwind, Ainsley Dunbar drums, Tony Duran on guitar, Erroneous on bass, I can't pronounce his name, Alex D, Fred Jackson woodwind, Sal Marquez on trumpet, Malcolm McNabb on brass, and Don Preston on the mini Moog. Frank Zappa, of course, on guitar. Alright, so for Cleetus Awreetus-Awrightus, Lauren Wood and George Duke on vocals, George Duke on keyboards, Erroneous again on bass, Ainsley Dunbar drums, Sal Marquez on brass, Ken Schroyer on trombone, and Zappa on vocals and guitar, with Ernie Watts on the C melody saxophone. Was that low-ass sound I heard in there? I thought that was a baritone sax, and that was even lower, bro. That made my skin crawl when I heard that. There were some noises in there, some sounds I heard sounded like literally like audio nails on a chalkboard. Oh god, it's just, he knows what to do just to rile you up, or make, you know, whatever he's trying to do, press your buttons, make you think, whatever he's trying to, whatever he sets out to do with the tracks, man, Frank just completely does it. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's no pretense, there's nothing. That's just Frank, And luckily for me, like I said, I do have the itch for Zappa, and I do enjoy his music. Even when it goes into stuff like this that most people probably won't tune in for, they probably didn't like it. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is. I enjoyed it. Like, it wasn't my favorite Zappa thing by any stretch of the imagination, but it's still a worthy, I don't know, contribution to his, catalog overall, which is huge. This album, you know what I'm saying, it's the orchestral stuff with him, it's hit or miss with me. Either I love it or I'm tepid on it, basically. I wouldn't say I love this, but I guess that means I'm tepid on it. But I did enjoy it though. I'd say the brass, obviously, throughout is just so strong. He knows exactly how to use the brass to kind of balance out with the bass and the keys and stuff like that. It almost sounds like in the second song like they're dueling at parts, and then like those vocals pop up, man. The vocals are something else, bro, in that second song. It's just Frank and that one person that what was her name? Chunky. There you go. Lauren Wood. And then, of course, George Duke's keyboards and that were just fantastic, bro. And I'm guessing whatever that, like, saloon, that piano that popped up in there, I don't know what that was exactly, but it sounded really cool. That was probably my favorite section out of the entire, bunch of those two songs right there. But like I said, not my favorite. Still very fun, though. And, it just kind of makes you think, like, what else could this man have done if he had kept going? You know what I'm saying? Like, if he had just, I don't know, lasted another 10 years, shall we say, or even to this day, imagine the stuff he would have done, But I guess that's what makes this stuff so special. Not only is the music great, but, unfortunately, the man who made it's no longer here to, bask in the glory, that the reaction channels have brought him and said, year of our Lord 2024, basically. That man was an unheralded genius. There you go. Except for the ones who knew. And that's why I got a picture of him shitting on my door. I don't got Paul McCartney shit on my door. I got him going like this. Something like that. I don't know. And I love Frank, no matter what. Even if it's not my favorite song, I still enjoyed it. So thank you, Johnny. That was a great pick for Frank Friday. If I had to pick between the two, I'd go with the second song just for the vocals and the piano parts in it. The first one, that was just... yeah, mad scientist Frank at his best. Like I said, hit or miss for me. But thank you for watching, guys. And if you have any recommendations for the next Frank Friday, you can leave it down below in a comment or in a pinned comment. And what'd you think of that? Honestly, let me know what you think. Because like I said, I'm a little iffy on it, but still very intriguing. So thank you for watching, guys. I will see y'all the fuck later.